How can I begin praying for my neighbors? I hear this more often than anything else, that prayer is such a hard thing to do. And people talk about how difficult it is to pray for other people, praying out loud or praying in community. And I just want to give you simple steps to really begin to pray for those people that God has put in your life, especially in your neighborhood. So it really flows from our bless strategy. If you haven't seen that video, please go do that. Bless strategy. It's our way of engaging our neighbors in a deep way. So, the first B in our bless strategy is begin in prayer. So you begin to just simple prayers, those really simple prayers saying, hey, God, open a door for me to have a conversation. Lord, is there a window of opportunity where I'm walking that they may be walking, that I can get to know them a little bit better? And as you do so, begin to listen, and you listen and learn their stories. You get to learn more about their rhythms. And this is where we can get a little more specific on how we can begin to pray for our neighbors in this powerful way where we can see God move. Because we believe prayer does something. We believe God responds and answers prayer. It's promised to us in Scripture, and it's promised to us in our life. Three simple steps to begin to pray for your neighbors. First is really simple. Just learn their names. How many of you know the names of your neighbors all around you? You may be familiar with that one person or maybe that other neighbor, and maybe it's just because you have common interests, but how many of you are taking that kind of uncomfortable step beyond that? That neighbor that you don't get along with, that neighbor maybe you've never even interacted with. Just begin to know their names. Learn their names. How simple can that be? It may be a little awkward if you've been living there for a little bit a long time and haven't gotten to know their names yet, but it's a great way to begin that prayer life in you, just learning their names. Second, listen to their stories. If they're talking about their kids, pay attention. Ask them follow-up details. Learn their stories. If they share about their past or where they work or where they used to work, or they start sharing about the struggles they have, or what are they hoping in, listen to their stories. What are the rhythms in their lives that are important to them? It's not so much about us, but it's about what they're sharing. And finally, the third thing is try to live life together. These aren't just fake relationships. These aren't just relationships you're just trying to get something out of them. But these are your neighbors. These are the people that you're going to see more than anyone else probably. Try to live life with them. When you think about eating together, which is part of our bless strategy, or watching a sporting event together, or going to the park together, try to live life with them. And as your lives get closer together, it's going to be easier and easier for you to learn to pray for them. You can get really specific when you start praying for the cancer diagnosis that you just uncovered, or you start to pray for their children who are going through a hard time, or you get to pray for some great celebration that they get to experience, that you're doing these together. See, God has called us to community. Even church is not just community for us inside, but community out there as well, that we live life together. And as we do so, the rhythm of God becomes to be exposed. And prayer is the means in which we get to see these things happen. How do we begin in prayer? Learn their names, listen to their stories, and live life together.